Hey everyone, it's Monday and January 11th, 2016, and I am going to do a video with you today that I have been wanting to do for so long. And I'm going to show you my craft room. So, some points to know. A lot of stuff, like new stuff and projects have done, and stuff that just doesn't have a spot yet is not in this room, and I'm not showing you where it is. So if you've seen Christmas Vacation and you know the part where the dog is hacking on a bone under the table and then they pan to the kitchen and it goes boom, if I showed you that, where that room is, where all that other stuff is, you'd be like boom. Anyway, we're not showing you that. We're going to show you my happy craft room that's totally clean and awesome, and I'm really excited to show you. So that being said, let's do this. Now you have to bear with me because I have to turn the camera around. So here's the door to my craft room. Let me turn the camera around. 1 sec. Okay, here's the door to my craft room. It's got a lovely thing on the front that says, "I just want to make beautiful things, even if nobody cares." And then that pretty painting I did in kindergarten, not when I was in kindergarten, like last year. And my little quote, it says, "Live as if heaven's on earth." And I put that one on my craft room door because I believe that my craft room is heaven on earth. And my gift bag I found with Lola and Jeter on it. And my cool headlamp. Yep, love it. All right, so we're going to go in now. So be prepared for quite a timely video because there's lots to see. Here we go. Try not to get seasick. We're going in. Oh, see, it's like heaven on earth. All right, where should we start? Okay, so we're gonna go in. Here's my nice floor that was in before I ever moved here. Okay, so obviously the first thing we see is the beautiful sunshine coming through on this winter day, which is helping me be so happy. And my calendar, it has really nothing on it. And there's my table. Okay, so let's just pick a spot to start and go there. All right, we're turning around here. I'll get to my table. Okay, let's start here. So here is my wall of, hopefully you can see this, the sun is not, oh, there we go. This is my wall of inspiration, let's call it. So I've got pictures on here that make me happy, pictures that I found that I really liked. There's a picture of Lola and her little cousin Chloe when Chloe was a little puppy and trying to get up the stairs to her, but she was a little bit nervous. And then, you know, things from my old job. And there's my nephew Riley has a baby. And then Lola and Jeter and a picture of Jesus walking along the beach, I think. I thought it was very nice. And a picture of, I don't know if you can see this. This is, oh, I don't know if you can see this very well. Oh, there, kind of. See that little thing? That is a baby squirrel Jeter found one day, a couple of years ago. It fell out of a nest in our tree and on our yard. And we put it in a shoebox and the mother came back and got it. Oh my God, it was like totally awesome. And, you know, a picture, another quote, "Those who bring sunshine into the lives of others cannot keep it from themselves." And then we have a picture of my sister and my two nieces. We were at Michael's, and they're doing, you know, the whole see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And there is a picture of a little hotel in Quebec City that I went to when I was in grade 7, but I went to Quebec City a few years ago with my niece, and it was so fun, but we came across this place, so I took a picture of it. So I put it here on my little happy wall, because I loved that place. I love Quebec City. And then, you know, some other little things. There's a picture I'm painting and trying to finish of my little fishy. Okay, so we've got my bookshelf here. Sorry if this is really choppy and making you barf. Please don't barf. This is supposed to be a happy experience. That's just camera, just a... Okay, so here's my shelf. We've got my oil, Sharpies, my flower pen back there, my hole punch, some other fancy dancy markers, not too many. Those are pencils with all the weird tops on them. And that is my arc. It's like a bookbinding kind of thing. And you know, my stapler, here's my little wooden guy. He's like, which way to the beach? There's the Craftosaurus. And some flower pens I made. And okay, so down here, now we've got some various material in these little containers. This shelf is particularly just random stuff, wire, glass stones, and adhesive gems, paint samples, and whatnot. There's some glass tubes back there. This shelf is all of my glitter. So there's like spice jars and containers that have spice or glitter in them, and a little wire container of glitter, and that's all glitter in there. Different stuff. Down here is all my spray paint, and I've got that plastic container has some glue guns in it. And then, oh hi Lola. And then there's Lola. Oh, and then there's Jeter. Okay. Yeah, we can't have one without the other. Okay. Oh, here, down here, I have some markers and my label maker that I can't live without. Sorry, and dominoes, because, you know, you have to have dominoes. Or not dominoes, sorry, dice. And crayons, food coloring, resin, glycerin. And my sticker maker back there. And some mold maker, my little metal stamps, and some alcohol dyes. Up here, we've got various things that some don't need to be in here, but so you can't see in the containers, but there's highlighters, erasers, battery charger, dry erase markers, all this and that. Okay, that big thing of scissors back there is all like fancy scissors, scallop scissors and whatnot. All non-straight edge scissors. And then you put your cans of nothing really. And we have on here, we've got a dictionary that I cut up, and elastics, my old coffee warmer, and some nail files that I use to like file stuff. So a thing of straight pins, and there's some mustard seed back there, and some rubbing alcohol, and some small like cutting mats, I guess. Down here, Jeter, you're gonna have to move. You're very cute, but okay. Down here we've got my little scale that I use when I'm shipping stuff out. There's my crocodile, a thing of brads. Okay, yeah. Some people want to be a part of this more than they need to be. Okay, my thing of different brads and stuff. And here's a bunch of like watch parts. I go in to the like Value Village or whatnot, and I like get old watches, and I like take them apart and put the parts in there, and then I usually use like the remaining to do like different kinds of watchlets, let's say they're called. There's my iron. Don't tell my boyfriend that I have an iron. Long story. Anyway, okay. And that's that shelf. The dogs think I'm coming with them, but I'm not. I'm trying to do this very slowly. Okay. There is my printers. One on the bottom is a photo printer, and it's working very well right now. I've had it since like 2008. It's a HP, but I don't know, it won't print. And there's my one up there that's awesome. Got for 20 bucks, and it works like a charm. It's a scanner, copy, fax, blah, blah, blah. All that good stuff. There's my new coffee warmer that I got for Christmas from my neighbors. Another painting I did when I was working at the school, and my big giant map with my pins on it where I've had Etsy sales. And there's my Canadian flag, because, you know, I live in Canada. I love Canada. And yeah. Okay, now here's my big shelf. I'm going to have to back up a little bit, I think. Okay. So, there's my giant shelf. I got this thing off of a used site for like 75 bucks, I think. And I don't think it's IKEA, but anyway. Okay, so, yeah. So up there on the top is like this like sewn creation that I made. I don't really know what it is. And Dragonfly back there is making, there's my little bobblehead, but I call him Mitch Jr. because I got him when I was with my boyfriend at a hockey game and he looks like him. And, you know, my stuffed Lolas and whatnot. But, okay, on the shelves, we've got top left is just all crafting books and such. Plus some Fire Mountain Gems catalogs. And underneath that are some magazines, some catalogs, magazines for like crafting and whatnot. There's my drawing tablet and some other crafting books. And then below that is a shelf with like, one thing is instruction manuals, one thing is like, just ink printer paper, and then a bunch of clipboards, obviously, as you can see. And then the last one is, it's got, cardboard that comes out of packaging, and if it has designs on it, I keep it, because then I reuse it later for jewelry and such. Or whatnot. And down below has, oh gosh, there's some scrapping paper down there and some cardstock. It's got some, what do you call that? Paper for like an overhead projector and labels and t-shirt printing stuff and some random magazines that I like cut up. And I have all these like containers with stuff. Okay, the bottom is, I don't know if you ever saw a while back at Michael's, they had this this stuff called Bravissimo product line, and it was all like rosettes with badges and whatnot, and you could like buy the kits and make them. So I have a whole bunch of that. I don't think they have that anymore though. And there's like a container of styrofoam stuff, and above that is all sequins. Yes, that whole container is sequins. And then we have some, above that, up there is string material, like cord and wire and fishing line. And then there's a container of paracord. And then above that, there's a bunch of different chains, like chains that came off of necklaces and chains that, just random stuff. I had them all in little baggies. Trying to not make this shake. And above that, obviously, you can see it says Christmas. So that's all a bunch of Christmas craft supplies. Then we have some seashells, some sea glass, some colored glass tiles, wooden letters, googly eyes. The ones that aren't labeled, I just didn't really know what to like label them because I just didn't. And also they aren't really things that I use quite often, except though here there are in there, that's like when the tape roll ends, I keep the plastic inserts, and also like dog poop bags. I keep the like plastic inserts of those and then do stuff with recycle. And then, you know, oh, you can see here, wooden discs, starfish, snaps, plastic spoons, safety pins. And I have some, over the other side, marbles and pip berries and plastic bottle caps and all that fun trails. Sorry. And then over here we have more stuff, eyelets, embroidery thread. Oh, I'm sorry it says GIMP, and I don't mean that to be offensive. That's just what we called it when I was a kid. It's like plastic cord. Clear marbles, chalk paint, powder stuff, chipboard letters, stuff to make autism ribbons, dominoes. Those are actually dominoes. And you can see. Okay, then I've got down here my heat gun and my soldering iron and my Dremel. Sorry, I'm really trying hard not to make this shaky. And then we've got these that, oh, most of them are labeled, I guess. Butterflies and metal tins, foam letters, watch. See, there's the empty watches after I've gutted them. And the ones that aren't labeled, are plastic clips, like clothespins, but they're bird shaped. And then there's like napkin rings that are wire, and then there's like those little Christmassy plastic. Let me zoom in if you've ever seen those kinds of things. They're like, I don't know. You just I don't know what they're called really. But anyway, And that is, like, it's like, I don't know what the proper name is it for, but it's like when you're doing flower making, you can, like, not the styrofoam stuff, but stuff you can put on top. Sorry, I don't know the real word. Okay, those are all blank, empty cards that I have, like, a bunch. There's some have designs on them, but then there's a bunch that are blank back there. Then there's some Halloween stuff in there. Oh gosh, there's bead loom, a knitting loom, a rainbow loom. And down here we have a whack of ribbons. And then there's like a whole whack of like gems and stuff in there. And then that is all alphabets, letters, wooden sticker letters, like tracing letters. And then we have this tubes left over from glow sticks and some beads. They're not really Mardi Gras beads, but you know, those plastic things. You get the gist. And then some spaghetti. And I know, no, that's not where I keep my spaghetti. This is spaghetti that I took to school when I was working, and it got like touched by a bunch of kids, so I didn't really want to eat it after, so I use it in here for crafting. Okay, moving right along. Okay, here we go. So here is all my paint. And so basically, this is all my paint I get. I buy it from the Dollarama, and it's Crafters Decor Art, which is pretty good. I like it, but that's all that. There is one in here that's not that. This is from the Dollar Tree, I do believe. Anyway, and then in here there are like the Craft Smart. I want to buy it in a bigger size. I got these from Michael's, brown and white. And these things were like, they were trying to get rid of them at Michael's. Sorry, Martha. So I bought all the rest of them because they were like 50 cents. But it's cool. It's jewelry glaze, and I do use it quite often. You know, there's like, cool, like turquoisey color. This is pool color. And then there's like a brick red. Anyway, and then I've got like my Martha Stewart metallic, and that stuff sticks to like glass like crazy. I accidentally got it on a plate for some reason, that like an eating plate downstairs, and I can't get it off after I've washed it a million times. And there's some black. I got that from the Dollarama too. And then in that container, there's like watercolors. And I got those from the dollar store, but I haven't really used them in a while, but I got them because I saw this tutorial off of the Frugal Crafter, and I wanted to do something with that, but haven't actually spent as much time as I wanted to yet. So, okay, and here I've got, this is chalkboard paint. This is glow-in-the-dark paint, supposedly. These are all just like random paints. These are from like a long time ago, from Toll Painting. And that's from my neighbor when she did her shirt, but there's like really nothing left. I just put it in there. And teal paint from when I did teal pumpkins, and some nail polish. Yes, nail polish. For, you know, when I do stuff with the nail polish on it. And we have like, here's my pretty little planter with my birch tree skin. And some, those are actually roses that I got like a long time ago. And the rose petals, obviously the roses died, but these things, they don't die. I'm telling you. There's some Dixie cups back there, and this thing, there's my S I made. S for Suzanne, that's me. Okay, let's keep going here. This is my straw dispenser, but it has all fancy pencils in it. And my sheep I made from a tutorial. I cannot sell those because that was conditions, but I made some for me. So here's my little, one little storage thing with a bunch of like, obviously a lot of them, some of them are labeled, but some of them, I got some random keys in here, and these are like whole whack of charms and stuff. And these little doodads and whatnot. So a bunch of stuff there. You know, just things I have a bunch of in bulk. Little metal charm. Anyway. So, okay, down here, this is one shelf of my beads. So, but this is really just kind of like the other beads. These are all like plasticky kind of beads, more so for like kids and stuff. Like there's like plastic bears and fish and butterflies and letters, and I have way more letters than that right there. But these are all like plastic beads. These, so yeah, bunch. That's just my, you know, Lola Creations stuff and my old portfolio that I had with some jewelry I made. Okay, so then there's my other shelf of beads. So these are all my seed beads. In there, I've got a whole bunch of different colors. And then these are all like the glass pearls down here. And then I've got my little vacuum guy for my beads thingy and my little tray for making a necklace. Although I really don't use that very much anymore, that little thing. But okay, so here's all my beads that are sorted by color. So here's, obviously you can read orange and red, yellow and pink, black, clear, white, gunmetal, hematite kind of color, and all. I'm sure most of you have an idea what that color is, but just to show, I guess those ones aren't really that, but there must have been a method to my madness about that. And then we have our silver and our gold and our brown, purple, turquoise, blue, green. So there's all those beads. And some glass jars. Yes. Save those for a rainy day. Okay, then we have one of my, I think these are Mastercraft things for like tools and bits and stuff. So I keep all my, so here's all my, obviously my earring hooks, nuts and bolts. These are all my like embellishment kind of things that I, you know, scrapbooking stuff and little tags and whatnot. And then we have like a bunch of bows. These are purple, white, blue. These are like little dark purple. And then we have these. These are like mastermind pieces, but I got them from a lady who gave me a bunch of crafting stuff, and those were in there, so I kept them. And I don't know what those are for, but then we have some caps and some Scrabble tiles. And oh, these are just like when I cut wires and stuff, I put the straight one pieces back. There's some pop tabs and some bread tags and some plastic spoon heads. What do they call them? Plastic spoon heads. That's what I shall call them. This thing isn't, there's some snaps, whatnot. So there's a variety of stuff. And then over here we have more, another one. So this is basically, this is mainly where my jewelry thingies are. Like my bails and my eye pins and my, you know, my jump rings and earrings. These are French hooks for earrings, crimp beads, and then I've got like ball chain, those are like from the Mod Podge thing series. Some like Tim Holtz metal tags that I put on some bracelets at times, and some fancy head pins. Okay, we got my wired jig in here, and some old spoons No, that's not where I keep my spoons. And some like metal taggy things. So I showed you my beads. And there's some more quotes and inspiration. My Vistaprint coupons and whatnot. My giraffe. Mama kissing her giraffe baby. Ways to say creative. Something that this thing I made. And there's my clock. And a big giant piece of chicken wire. Okay. Now, there's a big thing of styrofoam in my fancy broom. In here's my hutch that I got from an auction for really cheap. There's my laminator. Oops, sorry, it's kind of fuzzy right now. There, my laminator. And my drill. Love my drill. That's a bag of felt scraps. That thing is jam-packed. Okay, in here we have some stuff I use when I'm making jewelry. My hammers with their changeable ends. Oops, my mallet. My measuring spoons, wax paper. And then I have like my pliers and such in here. My needle nose pliers and my wire cutter, or not my wire cutter so much, but my flat nose, and these are tongs. There's a ring sizer back there. My safety goggles, my rolling pin. And here's where I keep my sharp tools. So my that's for cutting my plexiglass or acrylic sheets. My fabric cutter, X-Acto knife, there's my saw, knife. This was actually, yes, it's from my kitchen, but I have still kept it up here now. Blades for my paper cutters and my engraver down there. And down here in these drawers are all the things that I have not used yet. That is a container of button making parts. My parents used to have a button making business and they don't anymore, and so they gave me all the stuff. And there's the button maker itself. So they're in here. Actually, this part is, besides the styrofoam half circle, half sphere, those are like my metal. There's a muffin tin in there, and I use those kinds of things when I'm like making for whatever, I don't know, just like craft making. I don't use them as materials, more tools. Okay, so this is a bunch of stuff that I have not used yet. Like, this is like a bunch of materials that have not been opened. Like, I've bought them or I've got them secondhand and I've shoved them in here because I just don't have room. So I got that little glass dome thing from Michael's. I thought it was so cute, but I haven't used it. There's some fan blades that I have projects in line for. This is a bunch of like, oh gosh, everything. There's frames back there. And here there's like a ton of baby food jars. And there's lots of glass stones. And then there are like these back there. Those are like those shaker balls that, you know, put in babies' toys. I bought them off of eBay. And some light parts and some fancy rocks and whatnot. There's some light switch covers that were plain and I wanted to decorate. Okay. Say hello, Lola. Hello, Lola. Okay, moving right along. I don't want this. Okay, this fine piece of cabinetry is from my old work. Yes, it is a library card carousel or cabinet, what have you, but they weren't using it anymore because of, you know, being 2015 when I think I got it. So I scrapped it, or like got it. They gave it to me. It was awesome. So I have a ton of buttons. Literally every drawer has buttons in it. And I got all those buttons from a friend of mine who had a bunch of buttons, and she was purging and gave me them. Under there, though, that's a sewing kit. Actually has sewing supplies in it. And then that box under there, that's a bunch of flower pots. Terracotta pots. Sorry about that. my camera was like, you don't have any more room, lady. So I deleted some videos that I've already saved other places. Anyway, so that, what I was saying was, yeah, terracotta pots. That's a container right beside there with all my scrapbooking paper in it that is still my whole sheets. And I'll tell you why after I say that. 12 by 12 sheets. The garbage, woohoo. Okay, there's my board with some magnets on it, which I made to like hold metal, some of my tools. Although I put some away in drawers right now, but my bead reamer's up there and some tweezers and an Allen key. There's my sign Heidi Buns gave me. Thanks, Heidi Buns. Okay, so yeah, in here, all buttons. Oh, they're not like filled to the max, but there's all like, but there are a lot of buttons in here, and I haven't, they're sorted into like, right now they're sorted by, I don't know how to do it, like ones that are flat with no like little tabby things on the back, and ones that are just totally flat with the holes through the buttons, if that makes sense. I don't know the proper term. Anyway, here's my cutting mat I've got from my parents a long time ago. It's been obviously well used and more than just cutting. These are my little daubers. Whoops. And I got that idea from Lynn's from the Frugal Crafter. She does that for when she's doing some like you know, like media work, and she does little paint daubers and such for some of her stuff. So she should. That one does not want to stay up there. Sorry, people. Okay, there's my Lola, and there's a little thing about cleaning. There's a sign I made a long time ago. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here is my table. So this is my table. It goes all the way. It's 3 tables in one. And it goes here. Okay, so I got, and there obviously my chair. Here's my cutter, paper cutter, and that's my scoring board that I talked about the other day if you saw the video. I love it to pieces. And these are just like projects I'm working on. Some are laminated and ready for sale, and some of them are not. They have to be laminated and finished. And then over here, beep beep, Lola. Okay, so these are, that's a sticker now. I made a sticker. There's an envelope I made with the scoring tool. Some boxes. That one's drying. Some of my boxes and envelopes I've made. And that's just a bunch of, that's a print I made with some paint and whatnot. Projects I'm working on. This is going to be for a workshop I'm going to be teaching. And I was trying to make a planner for myself. So that's the beginning of it. Some Christmas cards I made at Christmas. So here's another bunch of drawers. These are all my scissors. These are my pens, but I think I'm going to, and my pencils, but I think I'm going to move them to a smaller bunch of drawers. My paint brushes and my glue gun, glue sticks, and my empty tape dispenser, but I have like 5 million of them. And my rulers. There's Seamus the turtle. Not real. My laptop. And my sewing machine. Oh, there's some puppies. Uh-oh. Haven't sent those out yet. Sorry. Okay, my radio, a lamp, another tape dispenser, my chalk for making notes, and some other little notes that I have up here. Some stuff to be motivating and stuff to keep me motivated, and jobs that I need to do. There's a little present that I got from a little girl one time from school. And we're going to go this way. Bear with me while I don't make you sick. Yes, Laura, lead the way. Andale, andale. Okay. So here's my craft desk. Craft, so lovely. My room has never been this clean. Bunch of clay I was working with this morning. My new brayer I got for Christmas, and my metal working alphabet stamp set. A jar of random beans. Okay, over here, it's darker over here because it's starting to get darker out, and the lighting over here is not so good. There's my ginormous sheet of styrofoam my neighbor gave me. And there's an owl in the works. And some other random stuff. These are just a bunch of like journals and notebooks that I have. My glue, more so for kids crafting. My drawer of wooden materials. Another drawer of wooden materials that I have to use at some point. It was down here. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is all of my random jewelry, secondhand used jewelry that I buy from like Value Village, or people give me old jewelry and I put in here, I use it on a rainy day and chop it up and make something new. So this is my drawer of that. Oh, okay. I forgot that was down there. Okay, so here is my trolley from Costco I got one time. Yay, Costco. Okay, so we've got all my tape. Some, duct tape, washi tape, hockey tape, whatnot. All my shrinky dink. I'm going to try and hold it back here. My ink pads, my clear stamps, my wooden stamps, sorry. I gotta close this door. Bring more light. Okay, my wooden stamps, magnets, Velcro, and the other last three are random stuff. These are just rolls of like wrapping paper and like paper on a roll that you use at like you'd see at a restaurant for kids to draw on, or for packing up packages. My cool roll of wallpaper that's bricks that I got at Value Village. Awesome. Okay, there's another bunch of drawers. All my felt, some leather, all my leather, and all those pom-poms. I'm not going to open them because I don't want my time to run out again. There is my beautiful frame from when I had my necklace in bead style. And a bunch of random old coffee cans, some ribbon scraps, glue guns, sequins, I have to put those in a baggie. Some receipts. Old socks have holes in them because I'm going to just use them for other stuff. And these are things that I've finished and just putting them there for now. In here I've got, these aren't labeled, so these are just clay and clay tools. These are drawings, so my sketchbooks and pencil crayons and pastel pencils. These are a bunch of Ziploc bags, cool muffin liners, and more notebooks. Okay, these are some things I bought that I want to redo. There's a wooden trolley, and there's like an old jewelry kit, and then we have my rock tumbler. And a whole bunch of jars. And a whole bunch of jars, empty jars. There's my Sizzix. And jars of stuff in there. Some wire. My Cricut. My laminator normally goes there. And here is a bunch of random stuff. Just a bunch of projects. Okay, here. So, we've got tons of, there's Scrabble stuff in there. These are all my punches. More punches in here. And more punches in here. Then we have some random new jewelry stuff. And some secondhand, some new, just not in packages, jewelry. Down here is old t-shirts, scraps, and sorry, it's not so bright. Some twine and stuff. Oops, sorry for that. That was loud. And a whole bunch of cardboard that I saved to redo some stuff. Random drawer with, these are all my cutters, silicone molds and cutters, cleat cutters. Ribbon drawer, pipe cleaners, and this is that's not paper punches right now. It's random too. So we have my board with my magnetic board and whiteboard, but it's not in a very good place right now because I can't really get to it there. A bunch of stuff up here. Oh, lots and lots of stuff. Old puzzles, scrapbooks. That's all my stickers. Patterned scrap paper, corks, scrap paper that's just plain, artificial flowers, toilet paper tubes, bunch of stuff up here, randomness. That's a box of stencils, foam canvases, some boxes of tin and old light bulbs, and that. So, on that note, that's my craft room. And I'm sorry if it was really shaky and really fast at the end, but I didn't want to cut you off. So I hope that you liked it, because I love it. And I will see you again soon. So, Lola, do you have anything to say? Say ciao. Thanks for coming. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Ciao for now.